Hi creators, Doro Kiley here, and today's existential question from ChatGPT is, what is the purpose of life? And boy, let's see, it keeps changing. We used to think that, to learn everything and be able to comprehend everything through science and testing. And we used to think that the pinnacle of success was understanding everything through science and kind of grasping what it's all about. But it turns out that now we've created an AI that is going to far surpass us in our cognitive ability. And then that's going to force us to redefine what humanity is, if it's not to reach the pinnacle of learned awareness and or is it power or power and money? Is that the purpose? I think anybody who has been there, and we could certainly see it in my family. I went through some pretty big ups and downs. We used to live in Tuxedo Park, a great big 52-room mansion when my father was at the pinnacle of his career in the 60s. And I can tell you that money does not make for happiness. Let's just get that straight. So if money does not make you happy, and power is just another addiction, which we all know what addictions are, and knowledge is not, if none of these are our purpose, then what is the purpose of life? It keeps changing. Who will we be in the post-cognitive humanity after AI takes over all of the thinking for us? Well, some are suggesting that we will become better at tapping into our intuition. I think I talked about this in our last talk. So there's a lot out there. I think our purpose is honestly just to see what we can become. When I was at a monastery doing a long silent retreat, Buddhist monastery, one of the questions that came up during a question and answer period, one of the women asked, what's going to happen if humans, destroy the world or we go extinct? The monk, it was Bhante Gunaratana, wonderful, absolutely brilliant monk at Bhavana Society, West Virginia. He chuckles and says, well, we're going to just have to go do it somewhere else. The purpose of life is to just see what we can become, and we are not limited to these bodies. We could become anything. I remember someone asked the Dalai Lama, well, do you think an advanced robot could have a consciousness and become like a human, self-aware consciousness, equal? And he chuckled and he said, well, that would be very interesting. He did not feel threatened by that at all. It's just like, oh, maybe that's what we can become next. So, yeah, we're being forced to define ourselves all the time. What do we want to become? We have to be able to define it. At least cast out some vision, some intention of what we want to become. Otherwise, we're going to just be fodder for other people's intentions, and we'll just be pulled back and forth and pushed around and you know, and I'm thinking in long term as evolving souls or spirit or creation in the process. We're each a speck of creation, just seeing what we can become. And it doesn't have to be right here, right in this human body. We can be maybe robots. Maybe we can cast our consciousness into anything. I know the Zen monks have a practice of sitting somewhere in nature or sitting anywhere, I guess, and just having an object of focus, like a tree or a plant or something, and they look into it so deeply that it's almost casting their consciousness into it, so they experience the elements, the element of water and earth and the from the sun and whatever, and it's all related to our own elements. These are all elements that we're all made out of, and we can play with these elements as creator gods, if you will. So the purpose, I think, is to understand that we are much more than these little bodies. We can define ourselves any which way we want, but the key word is to define ourselves. Where do we want to put our boundaries? I feel that, me personally, I would like to have a deep sense of human sense of artistic community, music. I would like to think that we have sovereignty as humans who can have families, raise children the way we want to raise children, healthy values and all that. I mean, I would like to see, and including financial sovereignty. Those are where I would like to put boundaries. I would like to be able to travel, and so that's just casting it out there. Let's see. I would love to feel comfortable in these situations, feeling community and friends and family and support, and that's me. That's what I'm casting out there. I bet there's a lot of people out there that just would love to take on a robot body, or and there's now there's word coming out about all these UFO discoveries, and people are saying that their craft is actually made out of consciousness. Wouldn't that be interesting? Would you like to be born into a spacecraft that travels through space and time? I mean, let's go big. What is our purpose? I think it's just to see what we can become. And so with that, I will leave you to ponder. And thanks for listening. Stay creative.